8 years from now, it's not unbelievable.
I mean, I would be all for it.
I would too.
I think it'd be fantastic.
Would too. And
but
then you have to talk about relegation. I think.
I was just going to say that.
Without a doubt, because you have too many teams. You have to talk about relegation, and
we'd be Division 5.
Yeah, well, that's the big thing. My concern is the American owners who are not used to relegation whatsoever.
You're talking about close to 60 teams. I mean, by that point, it probably will be 60 teams total.
But remember now, American owners are different than European owners, okay? Yeah. European owners of soccer teams understand that there's relegation.
Yep.
American owners don't. They see dollar sign, dollar sign, dollar sign, dollar sign, big stadiums, huge sponsorships, whatever. You have to get most of those owners to agree to relegation.
I'd say good luck, and that's going to be your bigger hurdle than combining the leagues. I'm not sure how the logistics would work, but it's the whole promotion.
Could you imagine Arthur Blank agreeing to that and having Atlanta in the second tier?
No. It's hard to imagine now. It's very...
Come on.
I mean, when you're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars that these owners are paying...
I would pay money to see Atlanta relegated.
I bet you would.
I would.
So let's move on here, guys, to... Sterling wanted to bring up a little thing. Speaking of Atlanta...
Well, let's segue. Let's start with our Super Bowl picks.
Let's start Super Bowl picks, then we'll get to Atlanta.
Can we bring up Allianz Field's green space?
We can bring up that right now, yes.
Just for our environmentalist friends.
Yeah. How many do we have of those?
Probably 2.
2, okay. Hi, how are you?
I thought this was interesting. They brought up that there's 28,000 square feet of green space, which is pretty incredible, I guess. 20,000 square feet of grass. Their watering system is all handled by the water off the roof of the stadium.
And probably underground filtration system.
Which is 675,000 gallon tank.
Yeah.
Is sitting under.
Which is what Target Field does.
Yeah. And roughly 2 million gallons of water a season.
Nice.
Pretty crazy. And all of the rainwater gets filtered through the trees.
Oh, nice.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Good.
So they're called rain gardens, quote unquote. And I think it brings up an interesting point. None of this could be done had they put a parking lot in.
I knew you were going to bring... That's exactly where I wanted to go.
All I can think of is Chicago Fire, because I've been there multiple times. It's just a stadium surrounded by freaking huge
parking lots.
I mean, honestly, if you were going to a game, let's say the game was tomorrow, where would you like we talked about earlier, I'd probably take an Uber or you can take the train.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to drive down there, where would you park?
Well, I'm not going to say because I don't want to give away my parking spot.
I honestly do not know, and that's why I'm asking the question.
Downtown St. Paul.
No. I want to park near the stadium.
Well, you're not going
to
park near the stadium.
You can't.
That's the problem.
I think John knows someone that has a house near the stadium.
He does?
I think so.
What's her name?
I feel like it's a relative of Jenny's.
I feel like you could.
I could be wrong.
I feel like you could park at the Walmart and walk a couple blocks over.
Yeah, you could. The Walmart's gonna.
Walmart they allow you to park an RV there and just hang out.
No, I bet you $5 they're gonna put a big sign saying no parking for United.
They probably will.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see that the United are using the green space differently.
I mean, it's just a different concept, I think, especially for an urban stadium.
Yeah. So short take on that.
Sorry, so let's go on to
let's go to Super Bowl predictions. The Super Bowl is tomorrow. That's American football.
For anyone that doesn't know
it is the Patriots versus the Rams.
We won't spend a lot of time.
We're just going to say what we think is going to happen, and that's that. Because for the first time in a lot of years, I don't give a shit about the Super Bowl.
I really haven't since 2000.
I really don't. Well, I like I want to see the commercials, but for me, with the Patriots in there again, I'm kind of like, okay.
I kind of consider tomorrow a holiday, and it's one of my favorite holidays of the year.
I know
Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah,
I really do.
That was the Vikings. Oh God.
Oh fuck. Sorry.
Jesus.
There's our explicit tag.
Fuck shit balls.
Yeah. Don't get me started on the Vikings. I don't know. I'd lose my mind if the Vikings.
I know you.
But it's so nice. We're kind of just used to the Vikings not being in the Super Bowl. They never will be. They weren't in our lifetime.
It's a big-ass dog right there.
Yeah. So I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm going to say the Rams win 24-17.
I like it. I think I've been kind of waffling all week on this. I mean, it's hard for me. I've been, given my roots north from New England, in Vermont specifically.
Yeah, from Vermont.
I've always kind of rooted for the Patriots, but for some reason this year I'm having a hard time doing that. And I'm not saying I won't be disappointed if the Patriots win, but I'm picking the Rams to win by 2 or 3 points.
All right.
I think I'm low scoring game. I'm saying it's going to be like 21-17.
There you go. All right. Sterling?
I've always liked the Patriots' old logo.
Okay.
They ruined it when they switched.
Yeah.
Right, and that's why another reason to root for the Rams. They're wearing the throwback.
Oh,
now,
I
I say
heard, yeah,
throwback.
sure.
It's like throwback to 17 years ago
Yeah.
when they were
Right,
in St.
yeah.
Louis.
Yeah, yeah.
The blue and yellow.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like those jerseys so much better.
I cannot go against Tom Brady.
Okay.
So I'm going Patriots 31-21. Brady will have 4 touchdowns.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and that's
There you go.
that's why I said I was struggling with it. I mean, not only I have a hard time picking against the Patriots, not only because I've always kind of had that Patriots core, but also because of the Brady Belichick thing and
Yeah.
whatever. But I am this year.
All right. So those are our Super Bowl picks. And now segueing into that,
It's being the Super Bowl is being hosted by Atlanta this year. Yeah.
Right.
and segueing into that, Sterling has an interesting thing about a little bridge to nowhere in Atlanta.
Yes. So it has never come out on this podcast. I'm not a big fan of government. I'm also not a big fan of government spending money on stadiums. That
Yeah.
has come out.
Yeah.
So I kind of look at Atlanta United as being Taxpayer United FC.
Pretty much are. Yeah.
So when I read this story this morning, I thought it was fantastic. So Mercedes-Benz Stadium is separated from the Vine City Transit Station by a very busy street. And Arthur Blank, maybe the city, I don't know, felt that it was imperative that they provide fans a safe route from the transit station to the stadium. Mm-hmm. So they decided to build a bridge.
Yes.
$13 million later, they had a bid.
It's a lot for a bridge.
A lot for a bridge, which the city paid for entirely. Of
course they did.
Shocking, considering
course
they
they
paid
did.
for everything
Come
else.
on.
Taxpayers paid for everything else at this stadium. And they realized later on that this bridge is never going to get done for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So the city said, oh, well, this has to be done for the Super Bowl. It's imperative, right? So we need to be concerned about fan safety, right? Mm-hmm. So they fork out $10 million more
That's
to
pennies.
get it done in time.
That's pennies.
Right. Right, the taxpayers are paying.
Taxpayers
so it's
pay
pennies.
for it. It's fine.
So they completed it.
Oh, get it up.
Thank you very much, contractors. However, security personnel for the Super Bowl have determined that the proximity to the stadium makes it a security issue.
Uh-huh.
And therefore, no fans are allowed to use said bridge for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Too bad.
So the city just forked out $23 million.
Yeah.
I mean, $10 million to get it ready for the Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
But $23 million for a bridge that is completely useless
And
for the Super Bowl.
you'd think they'd look into that before they finished it.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's government incompetence. Maybe it's Arthur Blank being a genius.
Well,
And I mean, I could,
I don't
and
know.
I was kind of wondering because the last time I was in Atlanta was over 3 years ago, before Mercedes-Benz Stadium had been built, and I was wondering. It is right down. If you're familiar with Atlanta at all, it's just I guess you'd say blocks or a half mile from Olympic Park, and where
Yep.
they have State Farm Arena. They've renamed that since, but where they play basketball, hockey. They
Yep.
used to play hockey, and it's right there, and so it's needed. it's needed.
It is.
It's a cool area by that park, but it's also a very crowded area, and you got interstates running all over the place.
Mm-hmm. And that goes back to the whole thing of Mr. McGuire is paying for the stadium by himself.
Right.
And
he paid for his training facility by himself.
Did all that. And we don't need any bridges across any place at our stadium.
No, Snelling's not terribly dangerous.
No, it's not. It's fine.
I mean, I wouldn't walk across I-94, but there's a overpass. So
Some people would.
Some people do.
Some people have protested on I-94.
They have.
In traffic.
They have.
So, I mean...
Well, what about how does it compare to the bridge over the light rail going into...
I thought about that.
Into U.S. Bank Stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, that was needed, right? Unless you want people running... And it used to be, when the Metrodome was there, you'd have people literally running across the tracks.
But that bridge does not go into the stadium, right?
It goes... it does. I mean, it goes from the one side of the light rail to the other side of the light rail.
But I'm sure they have security...
I also believe it was open for the Super Bowl.
It was.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they looked into it. But remember, for the Super Bowl last year, you could not go on the light rail.
That's true.
Oh, without a ticket.
Without a ticket. You had to have a special ticket to go on light rail last year.
And the bridge at U.S. Bank Stadium, I would bet, is 40 yards from the stadium, 50 yards.
Yeah, it's very close.
I don't know how close this one is. It must be closer.
But I think that bridge you're talking about, people walking up that bridge. For the Super Bowl last year, you could only get on it from the light rail.
Oh, we're at.
And you had to have a special ticket on the light rail because there's a big hubbub about public transit being used just for VIP people.
Right, yep.
So that was a little different.
And what was going on those trains?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Stuff going on. So, in closing, guys, I do want to say that we're talking about a Madison trip, and we have a super secret trip coming up.
Right.
At some point this year.
And on our Instagram feed,
yes,
we're going to tease it.
We're teasing the trip.
Anybody that's seen the Facebook event page for this episode, also the Twitter announcement for this episode, has seen a glimpse.
Yeah, you have. You've seen it.
That.
So, super secret trip. I'm going to tell you right now, it is Winnipeg. I'm just kidding, it's not Winnipeg.
I don't even think they have a lower division team.
They have like soccer. I don't know, they do. That's where I'm just kidding.
They have a football team.
They do. Well, we are going somewhere this summer.
We are.
On a super secret trip. We'll be out there. We'll be doing a podcast from that location.
Yep.
There will be guests
of some nature.
And it's gonna be a good time. And I will let this slip. We will more than likely be at a brewery in that location.
Yes.
Because we like breweries and we have to keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, it'd be counterproductive not to be.
Yeah. So look forward to that. We'll be giving away little hints going into the season and getting up to that time. But a couple months away. I do want to thank Wicked Wort Brewing Company once again for letting us come out here.
Fantastic.
It's been a great time. Great beers. Great area. We will, like I say with most breweries to go to, we'll come back at some point. It's been fun.
Unless they don't want us.
I think they like us.
They might. We take up a very small footprint.
Yeah, they gave us a table near an outlet.
That's true.
Which is nice.
I mean, I had to bring in my extension cord, not knowing for sure.
And you didn't even need it.
Didn't.
Right here. Other than that, guys, Stevens, you got anything else?
No, just getting excited to watch the U.S. national team play and watching our captain, Calvo, play for Costa Rica.
Oh, that's right. Calvo's playing today, too.
Calvo's going to play against Christian Ramirez.
That's
maybe.
right.
Potentially.
That's right.
Christian Ramirez is not in the starting lineup as we record.
Again.
Oh, he's not.
No, he's not.
Is Zardes again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll watch a little USA soccer. We'll watch a little today. We also have the Loons are playing today.
At 3:30.
3:30.
I think it might be 3 o'clock even, not that it matters for our listeners.
So we got that going on. Sterling, got anything else you want to talk about?
No.
All right, guys.